Welcome to today's stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and stimulus news report for the afternoon of Saturday, September 12th. Today I have some stimulus news that I think is going to be a game changer moving forward. I also want to give you an update on hazard pay for grocery store workers across the country and provide you with some sound financial advice during a pandemic. So make sure you watch this entire video so that you don't miss either one of those. Now, if you can do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button and also share this video with your friends and family on Facebook because I can guarantee this is going to help out more people. This morning, I ran across multiple reports saying that Congress is now looking at including stimulus into the government budget. A couple weeks ago, that was not the case. Remember, we will see a government shutdown on October 1st. So in just a few weeks, if Congress doesn't come to an agreement about some type of continuing resolution moving forward. Now, a couple weeks ago, we heard from Nancy Pelosi, Steve Mnuchin, and they both said that the two of them and the White House have agreed that a continuing resolution is good and it will prevent the government from shutting down. They agreed that they will move forward with this, but that was just talks. There was nothing done in writing. It was just a verbal agreement. Well, this doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Since Democrats blocked the Senate, blocked a skinny bill from passing through the Senate, on Thursday, it looks like the White House and Republicans want to use this time to include stimulus negotiations. Well, so we'll see what happens. It is already being reported that the White House is looking into a second round of executive orders, but this would be a last resort type of effort. The White House does not want to do executive orders if Congress can come to an agreement before then. If the Trump administration could include legislation inside the government budget to include some form of stimulus to the American people, then the odds of it getting passed actually increase. When I say this, the odds of a stimulus package getting passed increase by putting the stimulus package and the government budget together. However, by doing this, it makes the government budget a little more difficult to pass. So we'll see what happens. A Senate Republican said earlier last week that he believes the only way to pass additional stimulus or targeted stimulus is not through a skinny bill, but by combining stimulus negotiations with the upcoming government budget. Now it looks like he was 100% right. Currently, Congress has a little less than 3 weeks to agree on a stimulus package as well as come to an agreement over the government budget or the continuing resolution of the government budget before they go back on recess for their October campaigning. Yes, the government, Congress, the House and the Senate is going back on recess for a little over a month to start their campaigning before the upcoming election. This means that over the next 3 weeks, we should see a lot of back and forth. We should see a lot of he said, she said, and we'll see a lot of finger pointing over who ultimately is to blame over the problems associated with this pandemic. I just want to warn you on this because right now a stimulus package out of the Senate is highly unlikely. A updated stimulus package or Pared Down Heroes Act is a little more likely, but the overall path moving forward seems to be with the White House. Look for one of the following scenarios to come true. I'm going to list these from least likely to most likely going to happen. Starting with the least likely, the Senate proposes a $2 trillion stimulus package that is a bipartisan package. That means both parties like this. That's the least likely option because the Senate, as we know, is having a tough time passing even their own bill. So passing something that is going to be a bipartisan bill at $2.2 trillion is very unlikely. However, it could happen and it should happen. The next scenario is the House passes a new updated Pared Down Heroes Act at $2.2 trillion. However, this means it includes a lot of detail. Steve Mnuchin and Mark Meadows have both stated this in the past few weeks. Is that Nancy Pelosi says yes, we will come down to $2.2 trillion. However, she wants the Trump administration to agree on the $2.2 trillion price tag before she reveals the details of that package. Steve Mnuchin and Mark Meadows said no, that's not the way negotiations should work. So that is scenario number 2. Scenario number 3, which is more likely to happen, is Congress includes some stimulus into the government budget bill. This is very likely to happen, being that there are multiple reports saying this is what they are currently going over right now. However, the most likely scenario through this entire thing is President Trump does another round of executive orders to pass a second stimulus check to the American people, to pass another round of funding to probably FEMA, to issue another possibly 5 to 6 weeks of unemployment checks, an additional $300 per week. It would also include a fix on the payroll tax deferral program, and it would include funding for airlines. So that is currently what's going on right now with the stimulus updates. Let's address a hazard pay crisis, and I mean crisis. Here's what's going on regarding hazard pay across the country. Many companies that were providing hazard pay during the initial months of the pandemic are now not paying out this hazard pay, causing many workers to feel underappreciated and underpaid. Across the country, many employees working for Kroger are now starting to speak out and are threatening strikes. This is big news. This is huge. This is not just Kroger. However, I'm using Kroger because many people know what Kroger is. There's also Safeway, Albertsons, Whole Foods, and other places like that. However, if grocery stores do not come to an agreement very soon with their employees, then we could see a mass walkout, which could ultimately close stores for a short period of time. So be prepared for a couple of options moving forward, a couple of scenarios. Companies begin paying hazard pay again. Well, for Kroger, they were paying $2 per hour for their employees. The other option, the other scenario, is employees go on strike, causing stores to temporarily close down. This would be detrimental to many small towns. If a small town has 1 or 2 grocery stores, and that 1 or 2 grocery stores were to close down even for one day, this could cause a complete panic. This could cause more residents to go and buy things that they usually do not use, do not need, because they are now worried that a grocery store could close down for a short time over the foreseeable future. So let's just be prepared for either one of those options. But as of right now, this is a nationwide problem. Many people, not just in Washington and California and Texas and in Florida and New York and everywhere out throughout the middle, they are all trying to get hazard pay because of right now they are the only ones working. They're putting themselves out there on the front lines. The companies are still making a boatload of money, making even more than before the pandemic started, and they are still not providing the employees with the payments they deserve, that hazard pay. So what I can see happening is this, is that companies like Kroger, Whole Foods, Albertsons, Safeway, and other stores will give in and provide hazard pay only to full-time employees. I have seen reports on this before, and I'm just bringing this to your attention because many part-time employees will probably not get any type of hazard pay because they're a part-time employee. They do not need to be there every single day. However, for full-time employees, what I've seen is, yes, full-time employees will receive a hazard pay. However, they will only receive hazard pay up to their 40 hours. After that, they will not receive hazard pay on top of any overtime. So just keep that in mind. Now, let me give you some advice on money during a pandemic. I'm sure you are all well aware of this, but we are currently in a pandemic, and it is likely going to happen. We're going to be in this pandemic for many more months. I want to say this because currently a lot of people are pretty much pouring their hard-earned money, all their savings into stocks, which I think is usually a very good idea. I do the exact same thing. However, I want to shed some light on a situation that is not good for people investing in stocks, and it is not the best investment that they could ultimately make. With so many Americans struggling with their day-to-day bills, their essentials, increasing their credit card debts, it makes no sense to pour all your money into the stock market, especially when stocks as of right now are very high. A lot of people predict the stock market will eventually recorrect itself and eventually come down. So if you have any credit card debt, even anything whatsoever, even $100 or $1,000 in debt, pay off that debt first. I've talked to many people on Facebook over the past couple weeks. A lot of people do have credit card debt, do have car payments and other things like that. However, they're dumping thousands into the stock market. I like to do that because I have some reserves. I have money set aside. I've been investing in the stock market since I was 18 years old. So, almost 15 years. Now, I say this as I know a lot of people that are currently dumping every last penny into the stock market, but there is a good chance the market corrects itself over the next few weeks. It normally does this during an election year. We are about 50 days away from the upcoming election. So because of that, be a little careful, be a little skeptical, and be cautious moving forward. If this happens and the market corrects, you would have been much better off paying off any credit card debt or any debt than trying to get rich through stocks. Now, with that said, if you do want to start trading stocks, you do not have to start trading with your own money. That's what a lot of people think, and that's a misconception. You do not have to trade with your own money. No, I'm not talking about margin. No, I'm not talking about putting any money on your credit card. What I'm talking about is right now, you can open up a Robinhood account and they give you one free stock. The best part about this is you do not have to put in any money. You don't have to deposit even a single dollar into your account and you get a free stock. After your stock has matured, okay, and it ultimately hits your account, you can then go and trade it, okay, and you can take out that money. Also, if you open up a Webull account, it's a different brokerage. But if you open up a Webull account and you deposit $100, they give you one free stock anywhere between $1,200 and $1,600. Now, the best part about this is if you deposit that $100 and you get a stock, let's say for $20, if you wait 30 days, you can cash out your $100 initial investment and then you can sell your stock, whatever stock they give you. If it's a $30 stock, then in 1 month you took $100 and you just made $30 off of it. And you just take out your whole $100, sell your $30 stock, then cash that out as well, and you can pretty much close your account. Okay, so I just want to point this out. Those are two free ways that you can get one free stock from both platforms. Again, it's absolutely free. The trading does not cost any money, but if you want to get started, go and open up an account. Go and get a Robinhood account. I'll put links to Robinhood and to Webull down in the description box below. So go and open up an account, deposit some money into Webull. You gotta deposit at least $100, and then they will give you a free stock up to $1,600 in value. So go and do that today. Go and get yourself a free stock and start there. I say this because many people want to get in the stock market. However, don't risk your own money right now. Wait till after the election. The market should somewhat correct itself, and when it does, that will be the time to buy. Alright guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to do another stimulus check update video tomorrow morning, so make sure you check that out. Again, do me a favor, if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.